me, Sammy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I hope you're all having an amazing day, whatever it is you're doing. Welcome back to another decluttering, guys. We are decluttering eyeshadow palettes today, and this one is a hard one because I find it so difficult to let go of eyeshadow palettes, and I don't know why. It's just one of those things that I love to hoard, and they're extremely difficult to use up. So I've always found it hard to obviously get through eyeshadow palettes, but there's always eyeshadow palettes that I was buying and hoarding and keeping hold of and not wanting to use because they're expensive or whatever it was. Yeah, I have too many eyeshadow palettes and this ends today. So we are going to be decluttering, getting through and trying to, this was 2 drawers worth, and I'm going to try and condense it down so that all my eyeshadow palettes fit in one drawer. Hopefully I can be brutal and get rid of as many as I can, and of course I will be donating them to friends and family because my friends and family absolutely love makeup and I definitely feel like they need some new eyeshadow palettes. And yeah, let's jump into some decluttering. If you do like the video, guys, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe down below, and yeah, let's dive into it. Right, so first things first, I've got these 2 drawers, this one and this one. They contain both eyeshadow palettes as well as face palettes and various other makeup items as well. So the first thing is going to be to go through these 2 drawers and get all of my eyeshadow palettes out. And we're hoping to condense this down to at least just 1 drawer. Because we do have a lot and we do want to keep it. Like, I do still love our makeup. We just want to be more realistic with our collections. And get rid of any just rubbish and recycle that. And just packaging isn't necessary really anymore. Didn't actually realise how many I had. Starting to see a pattern here with the Urban Decay that I love. That's it for 1 drawer. So get all my eyebrows out. Lips and cheeks. I'm actually going to put this in my lip drawer. So it's a lip palette. Eyeshadow, contour, blush and highlight, that's going to be separate. Minerals products, there's so much. Okay, right, so I've got my scrunchies and stuff from my Revolution Friends collection. More lip products that need to go into my lip drawer for now, and we will sort them out another day. I knew I was missing some from my lipstick declutter video. It's just scrunchies in a makeup bag, hair products, skincare and makeup, skincare. Highlighting palette again. I'm going to do all my face palettes in a separate video. Again, glow kit, highlighters, eyeshadow. Another makeup bag. Then we've got the another 3. Then we've got the 3 Friends palettes from Revolution as well. Biggest fan of Revolution anymore. I was at one point. I was their biggest fan. Concealer. These are all our St. Natasha Denona palette. These are all other products that we'll deal with another day. Right, so I'm gonna get these drawers cleaned up, and hopefully we will only be filling one of them again with eyeshadow palettes. And yeah guys, let's just dive into it. I'm gonna just start going through each of the palettes, and we're just gonna start putting them into 3 piles. So definitely decluttering, maybe I'm on the fence with, and then a definite yes, and then obviously we'll go through the maybes again at the end maybe. But let's dive in. First up, we've got the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. I absolutely love this palette. It's a no-brainer for me. This is staying. Tammy Revolution Tropical Carnival palette. I got a fair good use out of this when I was doing more creative looks. For me right now personally, the colour story just doesn't speak to me. I'm not that into my vibrant looks at the moment, so that is going to get decluttered. Again, I could say the same about the NYX. I'm just not into my bright colours anymore. I feel like I should keep one bright palette just in case, you know what I mean? But this isn't the one I'm going to go for. There is another one later on that I feel like I might keep hold of over this. But yeah, rainbow palettes aren't really my scene anymore. This one from NYX, it is just a neutral palette. I really do love NYX, and I love their eyeshadows. So this is a potential maybe keep, and it all depends on what I end up definitely keeping. I don't want to be too repetitive with the colour stories of the palettes. So yeah, I just need to, yeah, I'll see at the end whether I want to keep that one or not. This Profusion eyeshadow palette, so Profusion is really drugstore, like really affordable makeup, and I always kept this palette because the black in it was insane. This is the blackest black eyeshadow I've ever come across, until I got my Robert Welsh Divination palette, which we'll get into later, which has a stunning black in it. So I actually feel like I don't need this anymore, just for the black, so that can be decluttered. Huda Beauty mini palettes. I don't know if I've got any more. I might have some more later on, I don't know. So you've got Mauve Obsessions, which again I really love, and I do love the Huda Beauty eyeshadows, but I don't know whether I'm obsessed with it, and I don't know whether I just kept them for the sake of keeping them. They were £25 each, so I'm like, that's £100 worth of eyeshadow. Again, this is the Ruby Obsessions. I don't know, I feel like all these minis I'm just going to put in the maybe pile, and this is the Topaz Obsessions, and then this is the Gemstone Obsessions. It's like some of them aren't even used. Yeah, I haven't used this palette actually. Right, I'm going to put all of them in the so much makeup on my hands. I'm going to put them in the maybe pile, I think. Yeah. Lottie London Living My Best Life palette. See, I always did love this palette, but I've never used it. Do you know what? I actually really want to keep this and give it a go. Because that is sort of what I would wear, to be honest. Like, if I had to pick a palette, it's got some neutrals for my eyes, it's got like a shimmer that I could put on the lid, really simple eye looks with it, but still have a pop of colour. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this one actually. Yeah, definitely keep. Right, cool. Next up, we've got this, which is the Death by Chocolate I Heart Makeup palette. I've used this to death. It was one of my first ever eyeshadow palettes. Keeping it for nostalgia, if nothing else, but I do think that this is actually time to go in the bin, not even getting donated. I don't think that just needs to go now, because I've had it for so many years. Next up is the Soph Revolution palette. Again, it was an absolutely beautiful palette. I did really like using it. Would I reach for it again now though? Probably not, if I'm honest. So that is going to get decluttered. Right, we've got the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. This is probably one of my newest additions. So this is definitely going to get kept. I just find it absolutely stunning. The packaging's gorgeous. The colour story I really like. I love the pastels, especially these bluey tones, but the shimmers in it are stunning. So yeah, Mercury Retrograde is getting kept 100%. Right, let's let's try and see what we're thinking with these Revolution palettes, because if I'm honest, I've just kept them for the packaging because it's friends. But is that a reason to keep an eyeshadow palette? Probably not. I do have their larger one, which I think I'm going to keep actually. But these the colour stories aren't interesting to me. The actual palettes aren't interesting. Hell, they were in that makeup bag and I didn't even know they were missing from my collection. So do you know what? I'm going to declutter all 3 of these. Oh, that feels so brutal. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I did. Right, next. Urban Decay Born to Run. I love this palette. I've used it so many times. I think it's absolutely stunning. This is getting kept 100%. Urban Decay is definitely probably one of my favourite brands of eyeshadow. Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. I feel like I do want to keep this one actually. I just think it's really pretty. Right, what's this? Revolution Forever Flawless Birds of Paradise. Oh, well, that's nice of them to... Right, the mirror's broken and come out of that, so we'll try and slot that back in. I mean, again, it's a stunning palette, but it's too bright for me now, so again, decluttering, but I don't even think I've used that. I've literally just jabbed that eyeshadow everywhere. Oh, that's a concealer palette, we'll deal with that later. Colourpop, I think this is probably my only Colourpop eyeshadow actually. So I do want to keep this. I do love Colourpop eyeshadows, California Love, so I'm going to keep that hold of that one. NYX Metal palette, I've used this a lot. Again, it's just really stunning shimmers. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep hold of that. I do love a NYX eyeshadow. I lived for these foiled eyeshadows from Revolution. I thought they were so stunning and so pretty, but I feel like I've got a lot more palettes now with that kind of shimmery reflection. It was quite hard to come by on a budget drugstore wise back in the day, but I do feel like I've got quite a few palettes with a really reflective foil sort of duochrome eyeshadow, so I feel like I don't need this anymore. There might be another one here somewhere as well. Here's the other one that I've actually used to death. Again, really stunning, but just not something I would use anymore. Do you know what? I'm not going to declutter this one. I'm actually going to throw this one away because I know how much I've used that. I just don't want to risk anything. Zoeva Cocoa Blend. Let's have a look at her. I find it really boring. I don't think I would reach for it. So we're going to declutter. Nothing against the formulas, but I don't find it exciting. This is the Zodiac Spectrum eyeshadow palette. I mean, that is really pretty. Do you know what? I'm going to keep hold of, maybe. Put it in the maybe pile. Maybe. The Beauty Bay Pastels palette. I just don't think, I don't know. I think they're really unique colours. I feel like I don't have anything like this in my collection. I feel like I haven't used it though, but I feel like if I get rid of it, I'll want to use it. Do you know what? I'm going to keep hold of it because I might actually start using this in the summer for like pops of colour in the centre of my eye. And if I don't use it, then I'll declutter it after the summer. But I feel like the winter's not really the time for this, but I think I could actually get a lot of use and a lot of fun out of this in the summer. So let's give it another chance. That's staying. Modern Renaissance, Anastasia Beverly Hills, staying 100%. A couple that we can definitely get rid of, these Revolution palettes. I've had so many Revolution palettes, and again, like for drugstore, I think they're good palettes, but I just feel like they're very much the same, and I just am a little bit bored of Revolution, if I'm honest. So yeah, so they're just going to get decluttered straight away. The Soap Revolution Extra Spice palette. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, let's just keep that in the I don't know pile for now, and we'll see how we get on. This Lottie London little palette. Again, I feel like I've got stuff that's very similar to this, so that can get decluttered. Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. I use this on so many brides. It is such a stunning palette. I absolutely love this. This is staying. Urban Decay Naked Heat palette is staying in my collection. Like I said, Urban Decay is some of my favourite eyeshadows ever, so I really don't want to get rid of those. Urban Decay Stoned Vibes, absolutely love this. Again, beautiful duochromes, beautiful foiled effect shimmers, really beautiful. And then you've got the 4 neutral shades that are matte, and then you can mix it up with the 8. I just think it's a really nice palette, and it's something that I can reach for, take with me if I'm going out anywhere or going away, and yeah, I'll be able to come up with some really creative looks that are still my style. My style is very much a matte shade in the crease with a shimmer on the eyelid, blended out if I'm going out anywhere. So that is definitely my vibe to a T. We've then got the Huda Beauty Warm Browns Obsession. Do you know what? That's a really cute palette for the autumn. I've got the other 4 Obsession palettes in my maybe pile, but this I feel like it's going to go into my stay pile. Yeah, and we'll see how we get on with that. Ofra. Oh, this is a highlighting palette, so we'll come back to that another day. Naked Urban Decay Wild West palette. Haven't even taken this out of its packaging. Let's have a look. I can't actually remember what this even looks like, but the packaging is stunning. Okay, yeah, this is staying. But then saying that, this is very similar to the Lottie London. It's got a very similar colour story, so which one do I keep? Or do I keep both and maybe do a comparison of them one day? Do you know what? I'm going to keep both of them, because I feel like that would be quite an interesting comparison, because I didn't realise how similar those colour stories were. Another one that's definitely staying, my Divination palette by Robert Welsh. I actually want to take this out of the packaging now because I've used it. I don't know why I put it back in the box. I think it's just because I liked the cover, but it's the exact same cover anyway. But yeah, I've used this a few times now, and I really love it. And yeah, this palette is stunning. And the Blend Bunny Cosmetics formulas are to die for. So this is the black that is the blackest black ever. It's absolutely stunning. And these shimmers on both sides, again, phenomenal. So yeah, that is 100% staying in my collection. Do you know what? I've got 2 of these which I need to just have a look at now, because they are the Beauty Bay Fiery palettes, but we've got the mini and then the big one. So we've got this one. Oh, I just wanted to see if they've got the same shades in them, because if so, I'm just going to keep the larger one. Cream. Yeah, so it's basically got the exact same shades, but this is a mini palette and this is the big one. I'm going to keep the big one because it is such a stunning palette. I haven't actually used it yet, so I need to. So hopefully it will give me the chance to if I have less in my collection. So yeah, that one's going to get decluttered. Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. Again, brand new, don't think I've used it. Nope, not touched it. And yeah, this is just a little 5 eyeshadow palette from Natasha Denona, and I'm going to keep hold of this one. It's my only Natasha Denona eyeshadow, so I definitely want to keep hold of that. Now onto the Friends Revolution palette, which I thought I would want to keep because of the packaging. Do you know what? I still do. Yeah, I do want to keep hold of it because of the packaging and because I'm going to try my best to actually utilise those eyeshadows. Right, now on to the Me, Myself and Mama Mitchell Beauty Bay collaboration. Got a removable mirror here, which is gorgeous. This is the rainbow palette that I want to keep hold of because these are the sort of bright shades that I really love. Yeah, I'm going to keep hold of these. Like the pinks are stunning, like the really hot pinks. Yeah, just as a rainbow palette, I think this is my favourite, even though I haven't actually used it yet. Yeah, this is the one I want to keep hold of. Right, now, not that I support Jaclyn Hill or Morphe really anymore. I don't watch their content. I don't really buy Morphe anymore. I do really love her 2 Morphe palettes, and these are the ones that I'm going to be keeping hold of. However, but yeah, no, her little ones, not a fan, so that's going to get decluttered. Morphe, this is the 35G, and yeah, it's just boring. boring to me now. But that was part of my pro kit. But yeah, no, boring now. So that can get decluttered. This is Impressed You Beauty Glazed palette. I think this was a Jaclyn Hill dupe that I got at one point to try and do a comparison video and just never got around to it. So that can get decluttered because I don't need that anymore. And the last one is my Iconic London eyeshadow palette. Again, proms and brides. This was stunning. This was in my pro kit, and it's gonna stay in my collection. I think I really liked that. Right, so that is my yeses and my nos. So we've got these, how many? 1, 2, 3, we've got 7 to decide whether we're gonna keep them or not. So let's just have a quick think. The Extra Spice palette, do you know what, I don't really have anything. Do you know what? Yes, I'm gonna keep the Sofa Extra Spice palette. I'm gonna keep the Spectrum. And I'm gonna keep the NYX. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna keep 2 of these. So I'm just gonna decide which 2. Which 2 I'd actually use. Do you know what? I'm probably going to use the Mauve and the Topaz the most. So I'm going to keep those 2. And we are going to declutter the Gemstone and the Ruby. So let's have a quick roundup. In our keep pile, we have 27 eyeshadow palettes, which I still think is a ridiculous amount. No one needs that many, but I would like to keep hold of them and see how I get on. And obviously at the end of the year I'll probably have another decluttering, or at the beginning of next year, and just getting rid of anything that I haven't touched in this year. So yeah, so I've got 27 in my keep pile, but we have 19 that we're getting rid of, guys, and we've got 2 that are just going straight into the bin. And then we've got 19 that are getting decluttered and given away. So we actually have almost halved my collection. Yeah, no, so I actually had 48 eyeshadow palettes in my collection, and I've whittled it down to 27. So I'm actually extremely proud of that decluttering. Let's get this put away into my drawer again. And yeah, guys, this is my new eyeshadow palette drawer. Very well organised, not too overcluttered. I can see everything, I know what ones I've got now, and hopefully I will get a lot better use out of these eyeshadow palettes now, and it's not too overwhelming. So yeah, I'm so excited about this, and I'm so glad I've managed to condense it down to 1 less drawer of makeup. And yeah, guys, that was it for my eyeshadow decluttering video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I am so excited for loads more decluttering videos coming in March. We've got a few other series and stuff that we're trying to sort of do at the same time, so I'm not getting around to decluttering as quickly as I would like to, but there's loads of decluttering videos coming in March, guys, so if you do want to check those out, then stay tuned and subscribe. And yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely. We are making our way through this collection. I hope you liked this video, guys. If you did, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe down below. Join to become a channel member if you would like to support me in that way. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, hopefully I will see you very soon for another video, guys. Take care. Bye.